Plague. When you think of the plague, you might think of the Black Death, like I do, the bubonic plague outbreak that devastated the world in the mid-1300s. More than 750 years ago, over the course of approximately 4 years, the plague killed an estimated 1/2 of all the people in China, 1/3 of Europe, and 1/8 of Africa, making it the largest pandemic in history, judged by the percentage of the total population who died. And we don't know how many more people got sick and survived. Unfortunately for the world, that was neither the first nor the last time the plague wreaked havoc. There are various types of the plague, with bubonic plague being the most common. Many deadly diseases have names that don't sound particularly threatening, but I've always thought bubonic sounded appropriately very scary. It causes swelling of the lymph nodes, glands that filter out germs like viruses and bacteria in a person's neck and in other places in their body, which visibly seep blood under the skin. Pneumonic plague is an advanced stage of the bubonic plague that infects the lungs, sometimes so powerfully and painfully that an infected person's lungs disintegrate. They just disappear. It is the most contagious form of plague and one of the most contagious diseases around, period. The plague bacteria live in small animals, particularly rats and their fleas. The plague is highly contagious, spreading first from animals to people, largely through fleas which bite rats and then people, and then from person to person. It spreads through many ways, including coughing, sneezing, and touching an infected person or contaminated surface. Part of what makes the plague so terrifying and unique is that it can move from person to person in multiple ways, and move from animals to people, back to animals, and back to people. Left untreated, bubonic plague kills about half of those infected, with untreated pneumonic plague killing almost all of its sufferers. Plague vaccines exist, but they're not proven to be very effective. Antibiotics can be effective if given early, soon after someone's infected. Not surprisingly, prevention is again key. The plague has been eliminated almost everywhere through improved sanitation and pest control, particularly rat control. But the plague isn't completely gone. As I write in early 2015, Madagascar currently is fighting a deadly plague outbreak, and the US recently had 4 rare cases of plague in which thankfully everyone recovered because of early diagnosis and the right antibiotics. The plague bacteria are so tough that scientists recently found what they believed to be traces of plague DNA on the New York City subway system. They also found lots of other nasty bacteria. Thankfully, the researchers were also quick to say that it didn't pose a risk to the 6 million people who ride the subway every day. Phew. Other scientists disputed that what was discovered was even the plague. Still, I try to not think about the plague when I ride the subway. Sometimes I fail.